Hey guys, this is Nick from ForexForNoobs.com with the daily analysis. Today is Tuesday the 22nd of June 2021. Time is 11:35 here in the UK. You are looking at a Bitcoin chart. I'm going to switch to actual Forex chart. Sorry about that. You're looking at an AUDUSD daily chart. In today's analysis, we're going to be looking for price action setups across all the pairs listed to the right here. So let's dive right into it, guys. We're changing the way we do analysis a little bit. I used to do live analysis sessions with a live chat. Now I am just doing pre-recorded analysis. That way I can be short, concise, and just get to the point. So first things first, last week we were looking for a potential long on AUDUSD, but obviously price smashed straight through support, so there was no long there in the end. That trade was not triggered. Euro CHF, there was no trade triggered here. Euro USD, obviously no trade triggered here because it just shot straight down. And USD JPY, in the end there was no trade triggered here either. So we're starting with basically fresh charts this week. Let's dive into the analysis and try to find some new setups. AUDCAD, it's reapproaching its support area where it bounced from last time. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of this area for AUDCAD because the last bounce wasn't that significant. So what I would say is that there is potential for price to stall out on top of the support area and turn around. We're just going to need a pretty small indecision candle or just a very, very good entry in order to take a profitable trade here. So I will say that I am looking for a reversal on AUDCAD, but just need to see how it pans out once it hits the support area. Okay, AUDCHF, nothing much here. AUDJPY, I'm not really seeing much of interest here either. Yeah. AUD New Zealand, yeah, I'm not seeing anything here that I want to trade. AUDUSD, nothing really. I'd be interested to see what AUDUSD does once it approaches this next support area, if it ever does, but right now there's nothing. CAD CHF, nothing. CAD JPY, nothing. Good thing is we're finally getting some pretty decent moves. Another thing I wanted to quickly say is support resistance areas are not updating automatically on the site. There's unfortunately been a change on TradingView where I can't really have automatically updating support resistance areas anymore. This is unfortunately out of my control. It's a change TradingView made, so I can't get the data from my charts. Therefore, you won't be getting auto updating support resistance areas anymore. I'm finding a solution hopefully this week, but the support resistance areas on the site are slightly out of date. EURCAD has somewhat of a range on the 8-hour chart. It's not a great range, but it is a range. So what defines a range? Basically, we're just looking for bounces from the top and the bottom of a area. So I'll put the green lines to denote the area. The bounces from the top are as follows. We've got 3 bounces from the top. The minimum for a range is 2, but we've got 3 here. And we also need bounces from the bottom. So we got 1, we got 2, and we got 3. So we got 3 from the top, 3 from the bottom. Looks pretty good. What I'm looking for here is on the 8-hour, 6-hour, some of the lower time frames essentially. If price pushes to the bottom of this range again, I'll be looking for a long trade. Now, the question is, where is my entry going to be? It's a tough one with this one because it's not a very clearly defined range. But I would say that I'd put my entry at something quickly. That's a good enough risk to reward ratio. I'd put my entry at around about the 1.4673. And if it approaches that, I'll get triggered in. Why is the stop loss down here? I just want to have the stop loss below some recent lows. So this is a recent low that poked through the support area. I want it at least below this low here because that's going to provide some support. Now, you know, you could argue that it did push all the way below here, so you would want your stop loss there, which is, you know, a good argument. And for sure, it would be great to have a stop loss down there, but that would make the risk to reward ratio very bad. So I'll stick my stop loss here and just go with that. So potential range setup here on EURCAD. Nothing on these. Ooh, GBP AUD has pushed up to resistance. It's a very strong resistance area. It held price back from, so basically when price pushed down through support here, then it came down through the next support area. It tried to climb back up and it got stalled out at this resistance area, leading to a massive bearish move. So we're once again testing this resistance area. So it's a pretty strong resistance area. There's definitely potential for a short-term reversal here. I'm going to keep a close eye on this. I want to see today's daily candle close though. So potential for reversal there. New Zealand USD is bouncing from support right now. This was perhaps a trade on the lower time frames. It's a bit late to enter this one though, so right. So that's it for today's analysis, guys. There's not a whole lot happening, but that's not abnormal for a Tuesday. It's still early in the week. Things might get a bit more exciting tomorrow and Thursday. AUDCAD, we've got a potential long from support if it pushes back down to here. It's going to be a tricky one to enter because last reversal didn't really get far. So basically, we'd want to have our target pretty much no higher than this blue line here, which means that it's going to be very tricky to get a good entry on this one, a good enough entry to get a good risk to reward ratio. So we'll see how that one plays out. EURCAD, just waiting for price to push to the bottom of this range for a long trade, long range bound trade. And GBP AUD, price stalling out on resistance, just waiting for today's daily candle to close to see what we do from here. That's it for today's analysis, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.